is. We're back with some breakfast for those who just like coffee in the morning.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's our breakfast edition, and I got to tell you what, you can't start the morning without a great cup of coffee, and that's why I'm here talking to Tony. We're in Fairview Park on Lorraine Road at the Troubadour Coffee Shop, and this is a great little place because it smells so terrible, Tony. What's that great smell in the air here?
What we're doing, we're grinding some Costa Rican La Manita, which is an estate coffee.
Where do you get something like that? Costa Rica?
Costa Rica, yes. It's from the Tarrazú region, and it's a high quality coffee. Only 30% of it actually makes it to the La Manita label.
So how do you learn so much about coffee?
Well, the easiest thing to do is just read, study.
And so you're going to make this coffee here. So what kind of method is this called?
This is a French press. The French press method is a really good method to actually make the coffee because it brings out a lot of the good acidity that's in the coffee. That's where all the flavor is at.
Man, does this smell terrific. You know, I'm a coffee nut. Like, I have a couple coffee machines at home. I buy a lot of coffee. But I got to tell you, this has a sort of a intense sweet flavor smell about it, doesn't it?
Yes, and you get that when you get the high quality coffee somewhere in the top Arabicas. If it's roasted properly and brewed properly, you're going to get a real nice sweetness that actually comes out of most of the coffees.
I swear it smells sweet. It is terrific. So you ground that. So what kind of grind you put on that?
On the French press, you always want to do a coarse grind. That helps the extraction of the coffee.
So are you primarily a French press kind of guy, or is that just sort of like what you chose to do today?
No, it's just what I chose to do today. It's one of the methods that we do brew here at Troubadour Coffee. We also do single serve pour over, which handcraft each cup on its own.
So you're like a wacko about coffee, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. So
now you go ahead and you press this down now, or you wait till it steeps?
Yeah, we want to wait for it to steep for a few minutes.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's go see where you do your crazy man. Oh wait, this looks like sort of a mad scientist kind of thing. What's this?
Yeah, this is a coffee brewer. It's a siphon brewer, and it's about 100 years old or so, Japanese model. And the coffee is actually put up at the top with the grounds, and then the water is put on the bottom where it's heated, and actually creates a siphon effect. Sucks the water up, the water steeps.
So this is like an old school percolator.
Kind of, sort of, but the taste is a lot better than the percolators.
You're about to taste, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to see what's going on in your back room here. I heard
certainly.
That you roast all your own coffee.
Yes, we do. We roast everything here on the premises a couple times a week, depending on what we're in need for.
This looks like a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, it is. It's about as expensive as a Rolls Royce.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're pretty pricey.
So how does it work?
Well, what we do is we actually turn a roaster on here. We have a blower motor. Would actually turn a blower on to help cool the beans as they come out.
And you put the beans up in here?
Yep. Beans go up top in the raw form, and then they go into the drum itself. And we let them roast for, depending on what we're doing, approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
So do you experiment like those Costa Rica beans out there? You probably didn't make those a real dark roast, did you?
Correct. Yeah. Correct. That's actually a lighter roast.
Because you get that burnt taste with those.
Right. When the coffee's roasted darker, it tends to bring out more carbon flavors.
Yeah. So how do you figure out which kind of beans, like Ethiopian beans? I see those are dark oftentimes, aren't they?
Not necessarily. It depends on where you go to. There's some places that do like to roast coffee darker. I believe that kind of flattens the flavor out in a lot of your beans. A lot of the good flavors actually what we call the light roast or the city roast. That brings out a lot of the good sweetness.
Isn't that funny? Because everyone is so crazy. That dark beans are really popular, but people might be missing the boat and missing some great coffee nuances.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
No kidding. Great. Well, let's go back and see what's going on with the French press number here.
All right.
So this is where you noodle it all out. So you have some experiments that go wrong on you?
I once did burn a batch of coffee, and fire department showed up, but it was all contained, so
that's
it's
great.
all good. Yeah,
I see you have a bunch of cookies and that kind of stuff too for people when they come in. But this is really all about the coffee.
It is. It's all about the coffee. Yeah.
Okay, so give that baby. Is it time to give it a press shot?
Just about.
See, look at that. He's got this going on here back here, folks. He ain't messing around.
Got a timer left here.
Oh.
We got a few, probably another minute or so on it, but
okay.
Yeah, so one of the things that we do emphasize is that if coffee is roasted to the right level, you don't need to add anything to it either. It's going to have a very, very nice flavor.
So we're not going to throw sugar in it?
Nope, we don't even have cream or sugar here.
You don't even?
Nope. All our regular coffee served black. and our lattes are served just as plain textured milk with the espresso. And we have a few flavors for some of the kids that like flavored drinks.
So if my wife comes in here and she says I want sweet and low, you go, sorry.
Yeah, we don't have any.
We believe,
yeah, we believe the product stands on its own as it is in the black form,
Okay.
because it's roasted to the right level and served properly.
Okay.
All right, so let's actually press this down here to this first one. I always want to kind of go gently so we don't push a lot of the grounds out of the way.
What kind of drinks do you make for the kids?
We usually make hot chocolate, but we also do steamers. That would be any type of flavor that we might have, vanilla or chocolate, white chocolate.
You ever try to do anything with chocolate? Roast the chocolate yourself or any of that kind of stuff?
No, never tried anything like that.
It just blows me away that you don't sugar, no cream. That's really good.
That's our final steep is done.
Well, he's going to pour us a cup of coffee, folks, and I just want to tell you, I hope you guys had a great time on this edition of New Day Cleveland. It's our breakfast edition. And you know what, Tony? We've been all over Northeast Ohio. I mean, right now we're in Fairview, right?
Fairview Park, yes.
On Lorraine, been all over Northeast Ohio. And, you know, people always talk about breakfast being the most important meal of the day. Well, I hope, thanks to this New Day Cleveland show, that you found it could be the most fun meal of the day, too. Did some great places.
You're going to actually taste it, that it does have some sweetness to it, a real nice sweet acidity to it.
Met some great people and learned an awful lot about a lot of things, including my favorite meal of the day, breakfast and a great cup of coffee. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, David.
I'll see you guys on the next New Day Cleveland. Enjoy the morning. Have a great breakfast.
Oh, yeah,